All right, fam, we back at it again. Today we're gonna be working on the Jeep JKU. As you know, we put a rear locker in it before, but now we have to put the air compressor for the locker. So we have a pump up station too. So we got the pump up kit. So we're gonna air up our tires after the trail. But for now, we're gonna get the compressor in and get it plumbed up to the locker so we can actuate the locker. And then if I have time, I'll put the pump up kit together. But the main thing is, where do we mount it in the JK? So it all depends on where we're going to put it. Here it is here. Here we go, the ARB compressor. It's just a one stage. It's not the dual. But we got to find somewhere to put it nonetheless. So I know some people are mounting it down here underneath the wheel well, kind of against the firewall here, just below the brake booster. I think the JL has a kit for that. JK, I think you can mount it there too. However, I don't like that position because if you're going to forge some water, I just feel that you're going to suck in your intake on the pump. You're going to suck in water too easily that low. So I want to try to mount it as high as possible. As you can see, there's not a lot of space here under the hood for it. There's just not a lot of room. With the ECU here, you got the washer fluid, your anti-lock braking system. So, and over here you have the air cleaner, and you have a distribution block here for the electrical and your battery. So there's not a lot of room here to put this air compressor. So my solution is, and the only thing I can see to keep it really high, you know, as high as possible under the hood, so that we're not sucking any water up when we cross rivers. So I'm thinking of putting it right here. There's a spot right here, kind of between the engine and the radiator, or the fan here, and have it just high enough that's just under the hood, pretty much as high as you're going to get it. Ground clearance wise for the air intake, but pretty much mount it somewhere here between the engine and the radiator. So that's the plan anyways. We'll see what we can do. I'll try to fab something up. So I got some steel here. These are just some leftover pieces, but I'm going to use these. I do have the whole stick here of this 1 inch, but I also have some flat stock here, so I can use that as maybe a mounting plate. I got some angle iron there if I need it. So I should have enough to fab up a quick mount. So I'm going to jump to that real quick and start mocking some stuff up. Probably not going to go into a lot of detail on it. Or let's just jump to it and get this thing knocked out. So that's our little standoff that we built for the front of the engine. It's going to go off the alternator bolt. So there's a bolt here from the alternator. We'll go right there in that bolt hole we created, and it'll bolt to the front of the block. And this will be our mounting plate here, which will sit essentially like this here, kind of dead center in the bracket. So that'll be our stand for our pump. It's just tack welded together right now on this side till I mock it all up, make sure it fits, and then we'll pull it back out and fully weld it. And I'm gonna make some gussets or some standoffs here also on the bottom in order to connect it in 2 other places on the block to kind of triangulate it. So let me go ahead and jump to that now. I'm going to go ahead and drill the holes in this top plate because it's going to be a lot easier to drill before I weld it on here. So let me go ahead and drill these holes. We'll go ahead and tack weld it on here, this top plate, and then we'll bolt it in the vehicle and see how it looks so far. Alright, so those are 4 bolt holes. But essentially that's it there. You can see we threw 4 little tack welds there. We got our mounting plate, we got our stand, and then we got our bolt hole here to mount it on the front of the engine block by the way of the alternator bolt. So let me go ahead and put it in the vehicle and we'll start measuring the rest of these brackets out. Alright fam, so now we got the bracket mounted up to the front of the engine. We have it just off 1 alternator bolt, but we're going to get 2 more mounts coming up from the bottom to give it kind of a gusset and triangulate it so it's stronger. But for now it's plenty strong enough to hold the compressor, so we'll mock it up here just to make sure everything fits. So we put our compressor in place. Now if you loosen this bracket around the pump body, you can actually rotate the body within this clamp. So you can reposition it any way you want. I think in my case I'm going to tilt it down and forward just so it's kind of out of the way of the hood a little more, and that way you can see ARB air compressor there on the bracket too, so make it official. So that's how we're going to mount it here. Everything looks like it fits, so I'm going to go ahead and pull it back out and then start mocking up the other stands to triangulate this bracket. Alright fam, it's the next day. I got the compressor mounted up here under the engine bay, so now it's time to start putting together our wiring harness. So we're going to go ahead and lay that all out, see where we're going to terminate these connections. We also have a bunch of switches, one for the differential, one for the pump up station, and then we have what looks like a pressure switch as well as a filter. So we're going to put all that together. We're going to go ahead and mount our pump up station here. Hopefully we have time to put this coupler in. So I'm going to mount this in the vehicle. I got a real cool spot I want to put it, but you guys will have to stay tuned to see where I end up mounting this coupler for the air hose. This air hose is 25 feet, so that should be able to reach around the whole vehicle no matter where I put the coupler. So let me go ahead and jump to it right now. We're going to start by laying out our wiring harness here in this engine bay and pulling it through the firewall somewhere and laying out our switches. So let me jump to that right now. All right, fams, let's go over our install. We got the compressor mounted here under the hood. It came out real clean. Doesn't hit the hood or anything, so we got plenty of room. We got our wiring all wired up. I also put an extension here for our air hose connection. I made it out of PTFE fuel line. Same thing I do my fuel systems out of. And I went ahead and routed it down through the fender, and then I stuck it out here through a bulkhead. And this is where you have your connection for your air hose. I like this area here because it's protected a little bit by the fender from tree branches, so I think we'll be okay. Plus it looks pretty slick, I think. So I do like that. We went ahead and ran our air line down here. It's gonna be a little hard to see to our pumpkin. So we're connected there at the rear pumpkin. And we also wired it up here on the dash. So I'll show you that. You can see it here in my cluster. I have a ARB switch for the rear locker and also for the compressor. If we turn the lights on, you can see it's hooked up to the lights as well, so it illuminates. And you could change the strength of the illumination just like you can on the dash lights. So that came out real slick. Now we'll go ahead and test it out. Go ahead and start our vehicle. You could go ahead and turn on the air compressor by pushing this button. Hopefully you guys can hear it. And then this one will engage the locker. You see how ARB illuminates to let you know the switch is on. And this turns the locker on and off here. Now you first have to push the air compressor to activate the air compressor, or otherwise the locker won't activate. If you turn off the air compressor, the locker, you notice, will turn off as well. So that's the way that works. Let's go ahead and test the locker out. The only way I could really do that is just to go in circles. So I'll put the locker on. You'll be able to hear the tires chirp. That'll indicate that the locker is locked in, because it's not allowing the tire to spin at two different directions or two different speeds. So let me go ahead and just go down the street real quick and make a U-turn, and we'll test the locker out. All right, so we'll go ahead and engage the air compressor, and then we'll go ahead and engage the locker, and we'll see if we get any chirps from the tires as we turn. So as you can see, you hear it activated. So we know our locker works. Now it's time to get out and test it on the trail. We won't do that in this video, but I do want to thank you guys for watching. And if you like what you saw today, go ahead and smash that like button. And if you haven't already, as always, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell to be notified of my next episode. And until next time, stay good, family. Peace.